Today we find ourselves in the village Bramley. This is a place located in Johannesburg and it is located around Morningside, Sandton, Hyde Park, Ilovo, Houghton. So it's in between the CBD and the upper class suburbs. Let's see what it has to offer. We're going to be looking at two apartments. So the first one is a one bed from 7,090 per month and the second one is a two bed from 8,790 per month, which is basically a 1,090 rand difference between the two rooms. This place has a lot of features, including a gym and a playground for the kids. Let's see what it looks like inside. So our first inspection will be a judgment of how the apartment looks on the inside. It's got a relatively medium-sized kitchen where you can get all your work done. It's not the largest, but it does the space with your beautiful cupboards that have ample space, a nice window to bring in sunlight for when you're working. I do have to say though, it is fairly close to the living room. So if I stand on this angle, you can see that there is not much room from the kitchen and the living room, which means that you won't have an isolated environment to cook. There's a nice sliding door area for you to go outside, but this is only good if you're living in the ground floor. I wouldn't really consider this part of the building, especially with the floods that have been happening. A lot of people who lived at the ground were affected. The living room on the one bedroom is a bit clunky. If you had your TV stand and TV set up here, the space in which you could move would be very small. You've got your nice passageway. It's a bit narrow, but it does give you a little bit of isolation from the living room. As you can see here, there's another door and prepaid electricity and a meter box. The bedroom is nice, not very spacious, but it's nothing that you can complain about. As you can see, the double bed is placed here, but there is space to move around. There is no view for the bottom room. As you can see, there's a window here, but no view. You are blessed with this beautiful cupboard with a nice wooden finish. One thing I've noticed about this place is that it lacks plugs. Just imagine having one plug in your bathroom. The bathroom is nice and comfy. I like the shower and the space. You can fit like 2 to 3 people in here. There's really nothing to complain about. There's your sink there and a beautiful mirror. It does have extra amenities like this towel holder and all of these things. Whose towel was this messing up the showroom? They don't really show the toilet seat and the place of how it would look like, but yeah, there's not really much to the bathroom. Yeah, and that's it for the one bedroom. So now we're going to look at the video. I had to actually slow down the playback because it was actually fast. I like how spread out it is. When we talk about the buildings and how they are located, the parking space looks fine. I don't even know if this parking would be enough for all of these tenants because they are a lot of buildings. This is the two-bedroom apartment and this is how it looks like. This is the showroom. It's on the ground floor, so it does feature a place for you to go outside. And it is quite spacious and big, compared to the one bedroom. So that 1,000 does make a difference if you're looking for space. And the rooms are very big. Look at how massive that room is. I think the second one is a little bit smaller, but they all come with standard cupboards. Then you've got your bathroom. I don't really like bathtubs because they are hassle to clean. Not saying showers are easier, but personally I like it. I feel like you get everything done faster. This is inside that big bedroom you saw. And then, this is what I like about this place. One thing I like about it is the aesthetic. It's very aesthetically pleasing. Like if we look at these signs and how it's placed out, it's very intentional. You could tell that they were intentional about what they're gonna build, the trees, the mowing, the maintenance. It's not overgrown. It's very proper. They've got a Braai area. You can go to the estate manager's office, the park. Looks like it has a lot of places where you could chill and have fun. So here's the gym. Not bad. Not bad. A bit small, but yeah, I could do the job. And then Braai area for the gents, on a Sunday, Saturday, you just want to wind down. Problem is these areas can create noise, especially on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But at least they're there, I'm sure they regulate it. And then there's a play area for kids. It's not really looking good for me in terms of maintenance, but at least there's a space where kids can play around. Here's another view of the kitchen. Yeah, It's a beautiful place. So they say Bramley's located close to a lot of business and entertainment hubs such as Sandton, CBD, Rosebank, and Melrose Arc. Then it's got schools that are next to it, like Spark Schools, Bramley Primary School, Via bus stops. So it's got a lot of beaches next to it. I think that makes it a little bit more convenient. All the bedrooms, well, this specific bedroom comes with one bed, one bathroom, parking, no pets allowed, unfurnished, garden, fiber internet. So we outside of Bramley. We immediately met with the security headquarters right here. There's access control, meaning we know who goes in and who goes out. Doesn't really look that secure, but at least it's there. Then it's covered with electric fencing and beautiful scenery around it, like the trees here. I feel like they're a good touch. This is probably the extra parking, and the streets look clean. Right down the road, we see the Spark School that was 10 meters away. That's really a good feature if you want to take your kids to school or you're looking for a place that is close to a school. But then again, keep in mind that schools have kids and kids make noise during breaks and all that stuff. So be prepared for that. So I'm now up the road from where I was standing at the entrance. And then there's another school here, which is Bramley Primary. Another good school option, but also another source of noise pollution, especially during announcements and breaks. Yeah, so I'm at the back of it. I just turned from the corner there and I don't see any more problems. It looks very solid and there's really not much to complain about. So now let's go into the reviews and see what people are saying. So I always start by sorting out the lowest rating. I feel like those are the most honest. Let's just see what people are complaining about. What a joke of a place. We pay 10K monthly and wow, nothing ever works. If you don't mind not having either water or electricity for half the month, then by all means come here. This is a property that says they will never get backup power because it makes no financial sense. They prioritize gym with the generator. Why? It's 3 months into the year and I've had to live half of the time at home because why am I always living with no electricity? The customer service is non-existent. And for someone who barely has any water and live in a two-bed as two adults who work most of the time, I end up having to pay 1.7 extra just in water. This is pathetic. The 1 star is too much. They deserve a 0. So Lee Mosia is very, very livid about this place. She says they overcharging, they never have electricity, and they prioritize putting backups in the gym rather than the apartment buildings because it makes no financial sense. Sihle says outages, water and electrical in the area are frequent. Like we have had multiple in only 2025 and it is terribly managed outages that can last up to 72 hours. The Wi-Fi toggles the water pump between 6 to 7 and the water isn't hot enough. Besides, its convenience to Sandton and Joburg CBD are being placed in between two schools for its price are not good enough options for me to renew my lease. Letabo says this: if you're about to read this review, just know I've taken my time to give a fair and honest review. I've been staying at the village for 3 years now, and as of March 2025 will be my final month here. I have to express a huge problem with the customer service. Honestly, I don't think they know what good customer care or good communication is. The Wi-Fi hardly has a good signal and the internet speed is poorly or hardly working. As someone who is a digital content creator and needs good Wi-Fi for work and leisure, I'm sure they've had millions of complaints from me about the Wi-Fi. I'm a neat guy who prioritizes cleanliness, and if you know me from my social media platforms, you've seen me post my apartment a lot. Yet despite cleanliness, the cockroach problem infestation is bad here. The gym is the only place with a generator during power outages, and also maintenance of the gym is 4 out of 10. They have changed the maintenance manager 3 times since I've stayed here, and all I can say is laughing out loud. The parking in this place seems terrible and shows the poor planning by the developer. Their focus seems to be only making money, so they maximize the number of apartments and don't consider parking issues as a result. Your visitors must park across the street and walk inside, and the intercom system hardly works. I won't even talk about the cracked walls and issues. I'll just post the pictures. This place is honestly in a great location, but that's about it. I highly wouldn't recommend this place. So Litabo is very, very angry after living here for 3 years. Let's look at the pictures. So here's a picture of the outlets being out. This is very dangerous in terms of electricity hazards. Look at how the wall is cracking. Probably has complained a lot. They said nothing. Imagine the whole wall cracking. These are the emails that he's been sending. Good morning, management. Thank you. The Wi-Fi personnel are here working on the Wi-Fi. He says the placement of the Wi-Fi fiber box isn't placed right, which I've emailed about this in 3 April 2024. It shows how you don't take customer emails and services feedback seriously. Over time, it got waste, but if it had been resolved in the first email was sent about it. So Litabo's been sending multiple emails about Wi-Fi and they don't respond. It keeps on sending them. So they don't care about your complaints. They don't get back to it, even though you nag because he's been nagging. Letabo comes back again, giving people an update. If you want to come live here, please be prepared for power outages and water outages on a weekly basis. For being overcharged for electricity and water, we barely have. Get yourself contents cover because you will have a high chance of your appliances dying. Fair joke to be here, I'm telling you. So Litawa had to come back and comment twice because she's warning people, please stay away. This is the last one we're gonna look at. The place is the worst. I got dropped inside the complex where there's 24-hour security. The management didn't even bother to apologize after the issue. The complex is next to a primary school and those kids can make noise. Wi-Fi can be a problem sometimes. When I was moving out, they sent me 110 rand as my deposit. Imagine. Picture below are the images of the robberies. So after paying 2.5 deposit, my man here got 110 rand. Yo, let's look at the pictures of his robbery. So it looks like they came in here and then they vandalized his place. I think it's a woman. It's a woman there. Yeah, it's a woman. Yo, they messed it up. Look at all that dirt and water. And it's crazy because just look at the security. There's all these gates, electric fencing, and everything. And yet they managed to dodge the 24-hour security here. It means maybe they don't even surveil, they just stay in one place. They managed to jump over the electric fencing to the point they got to Miss Pule's apartment, broke inside. It's not even on the ground floor. How did they come inside here? This was probably like an inside job, but still, the manager didn't even bother to say anything. And yeah, that concludes our tour of the village Bramley. You guys can decide if this is a place that you want to live in or if you're going to listen to the comments and avoid it. But don't let other people's opinions deter you from moving in. Maybe you'll go there and find something better. But what people are saying is that this place has no electricity, no hot water most of the time, and they do charge you for water you did not use. And the customer service is terrible. If you live here and you agree with the reviews or you found a better experience living here, please let us know. Tell me what you want me to review next time and comment down below if you liked the video and tell me what you didn't like about it, and don't be afraid to dislike if you didn't like it. If you've made it this far, thank you for subscribing. You did subscribe, right? And I'll see you next time. Take care.